We're at Post Falls Dam in Post Falls, Idaho. Post Falls Dam is really the linchpin for flows in the Spokane River. The dam does two important things. First, it impounds water. It controls lake levels in Lake Coeur d'Alene. That impacts a number of things. It impacts how much water there is around people's docks. It also impacts the amount of land that is flooded, including land on the southern third of Lake Coeur d'Alene that is owned by the Coeur d'Alene tribe. The other thing it does is it impounds water, it stops water from going downstream into the Spokane River. For example, looking out today, we see virtually no water coming out of this portion of the dam. Overall, there's about 300 cubic feet per second or less of water coming out of this dam today. As I mentioned earlier, low flow conditions impact fish habitat, they impact water quality. The good news is Avista just received a new operating license from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, a federal agency that licenses private dam owners and their dam operations. Flows, once the new flows are implemented from this new license, there'll be virtually double the amount of water coming out of this dam. That's good for water quality, it's good for fish habitat. One important job of the riverkeeper is going to ensure that those flows are actually met, that Avista lives up to its end of the deal in the license. This is particularly important because historically flows in the Spokane River are declining. You look at a chart of the low flows in the Spokane River, it's a downward trend. Part of that is this dam. Part of it, as I mentioned earlier, is the amount of water that we pump from the aquifer. Now we can do things to impact the amount of water we can pump from the aquifer. As I mentioned, we can reduce the amount we irrigate our lawns, but we also need to deal with this dam. And hopefully the new license will address some of that, and each and every one of us needs to make sure that Avista lives up to its end of the deal.